Hey friends, Elizabeth here from Plant-Based Bride, back again with another video, and today's video is the highly anticipated flip through of my most recently completed bullet journal. This is the bullet journal that I started in January of 2020 and used up until the end of August. There is a subset of you who ask me to do flip throughs all of the time, but I personally prefer to do them once I have completely finished the entire journal. So I know some of you have been waiting patiently for quite a while, and I'm excited to finally deliver. If you're interested in seeing the process of setting up these spreads, I'll link down below my new bullet journal setup video from December of 2019, as well as my playlist that includes all of my monthly Plan With Me videos, so you can check those out to see how I made these spreads and the supplies I used, all of that good stuff. This notebook is the Archer and Olive Crescent Moon dot grid notebook in the B5 size. I have done an in-depth review of this notebook after months of using it, so I'll link that down below in the description box as well. Check that video out, it is very detailed. And if you already know that you want to get yourself an Archer and Olive notebook, you can use my discount code PBB10 for 10% off. There's a link in the description box down below. That is an affiliate code and link, which means that you save money and I get a small commission, which makes it an awesome win-win. There is something so satisfying about looking at a completed bullet journal, how it looks like it's busting at the seams. I obviously love the smell and feeling and look of a brand new fresh notebook, but there's just something so special about looking at a notebook and realizing how much time and love and effort you put into creating this thing. I'm also really excited about today's video because I'm going to be sharing 4 incredible creators with you who do not get enough credit for how awesome they are. I did this for the first time a few months back, sharing 5 super talented Black creators from within our community. My hope with this is to use this platform that I've built to try to encourage smaller creators and especially creators of color, and to do my part in trying to improve representation for creators of color within our artistic, lettering, and bullet journaling communities. So I'll talk about them throughout this video, and I highly encourage you to check out their links in the description box to go follow them, support them, engage with their content. They really deserve it. Okay, so all of that said, let's jump in to looking at some of these spreads in my bullet journal. So starting the flip through with these beginning pages that I set up in my initial bullet journal setup, and I of course went with a gold Art Deco theme for the return of the 20s. We all thought that this was going to be our year, that the 20s were going to be our decade, bring back those roaring 20s, and it didn't really turn out the way any of us expected. So some of these goals, bucket list type things are not things that were possible, unfortunately, in 2020. But you know, you live and you learn, you change your goals, you change what you're aiming for as circumstances change. And I think we've all quite admirably actually learned to adapt through really difficult circumstances. You can see how I used my spreads throughout the year. I have covered up my invoicing and work expenses spreads because that is private financial information. And I've actually decided since to move these out of my bullet journal and to keep this digital just to have a little bit of an easier time keeping it private. Moving into my January setup, which was yet another Art Deco theme. I just wasn't quite ready to let go of Art Deco after the initial setup and moved forward with that into January. And doing yet another Art Deco theme with a lot of gold in January was actually what kicked off this idea of having a year of gold, of incorporating gold in every single setup. And I've had a lot of fun with that. Obviously, I'm not completely through the year, but I've really enjoyed the challenge that it brings to have this one element that I am incorporating in every single theme, no matter how different the themes may be. And I also really like how it made my entire bullet journal feel really cohesive, again, despite pretty different themes from month to month. These weeklies here are my Faux Dutch Door rolling weeklies, and as you'll see through this bullet journal, every single weekly is some form of rolling weekly, whether it's the regular 2-page spread or the Faux Dutch Door multiple page spread. If you're not familiar with the rolling weekly, I'll link my video that is dedicated to explaining the concept and how to use it in the cards and in the description box down below. And as you may notice, not all of my weeklies are beautiful. Some of my weeklies are just black pen and that's it. No decor. Because, you know, I'm a human being and I get super busy sometimes. I get overwhelmed. Sometimes I'm just not feeling particularly creative. Sometimes I just quickly write down my tasks and that's it. And I just want to reiterate that that is totally fine. Just because you pick a theme for a month doesn't mean you have to actually keep up with it throughout the month. Whatever your reason is valid because your bullet journal is yours and you can do whatever you want with it. Moving into February, which was my Art Nouveau theme. This cover page was quite a challenge. I had never done a self-portrait like this before, but I was really happy with how it turned out. You can see that on some of my spreads, I didn't do that final step of adding the gold watercolor on top for that super extra reflective look. And again, that's just a result of me being super busy sometimes and not having the time to do that. And again, it's totally fine. The first creator that I'm really excited to share with you is Marsha Hoffman, also known as Summer, of Do You Selu. Marsha is an NYC-based registered dietitian, food, travel, life blogger, and newbie bullet journalist. She loves traveling, yoga, learning languages, film and cinema, and pretty much anything creative. Her brand, Do You Selu, encourages people and herself to celebrate everyday life. I've linked her blog and Instagram in the description box down below, so go say hi, let her know that I sent you, and give her some much deserved support and love. Getting into March here, which is, I guess, a little bit of a Greek vibe. My Enneagram spread from that first video, I actually mistyped myself in that video, but I've since found my actual type, so it's all good. Here we're getting into April, which is probably one of my favorite themes of this year. This is very much my vibe. I love the minimalist black, white, gray, and gold color scheme. I love a theme that has to do with space and stars in any way. And this was sort of a combination of night sky, stars, and sculptures or classic art. And it's kind of a random theme combination, but it's a combination of some of my favorite things, which means it's one of my favorite themes. As you can see, I spilled coffee on my bullet journal in April, and it got on a lot of the pages. You may have noticed on earlier pages a couple little splatters on the edge. That last week of April is the week that I spilled the coffee, and at first I was really upset, and then I remembered it's a bullet journal. The point is that I use it and it brings value to my life. It is not a tome that will outlive me, that people will base my legacy on it. I don't think my great-great-grandchildren are going to hold on to this as the founding document of our family. It's really not that serious. It's just my bullet journal. It's my day-to-day planner. It is how I organize my life and express myself creatively on a day-to-day basis. So I was upset at first, and then I quickly just let it go and let it be what it is, you know? It adds personality. Moving into May, which is such a big contrast to April because we went from no color to an explosion of warm, cozy desert colors. This is another theme I really enjoyed because this color scheme is just all of my favorite colors in one. This painting is a great reminder that Black lives matter, they have always mattered, and they always will matter. I've included some links down below for you to learn more about how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement. It is a movement, not just a moment. Now I'm going to share with you our next amazing creator, who is Temi of Temi Journals. Temi is an engineer by day and an artist by night. She draws realistic portraits and creates artistic bullet journal spreads that she shares with her audience. Her YouTube channel consists of drawing tutorials and bullet journal planning videos. I've linked Temi's bullet journal Instagram and her YouTube channel in the description box down below. So again, you know the drill. Go check her out, go follow her, subscribe to her, and give her lots of love and support. Moving into June here, and this is another theme I really liked. Quite simplistic, again just with black fine liners and the gold accent. I really like these themes that sort of feel more minimalist while still having quite a bit of an artistic element in them, and this one was no exception. I really enjoyed this one. Floral themes are not something that I do very often, so it was really fun to challenge myself to create different types of floral drawings for this theme. As I show you all of these themes, I would love to know in the comments which theme in this bullet journal was your favorite. I feel like it's too hard for me to choose. It's like trying to choose a favorite child, but I feel like y'all are probably a little more objective in your opinions, so let me know in the comments which theme was your favorite. Moving into July, which was my pink marble theme. This was probably the most difficult theme that I did this year, the one that challenged me the most as far as my skills. I jumped into it with no idea of how I was going to make it work, and it was a lot of trial and error. Some of my paintings I think were more successful in looking like marble, some of them less so, but it was a great learning experience all the way around. And fun to do with pink theme, because I don't use pink in my bullet journal that much. The next creator I am super excited to share with you is Laeticia of Belle Michou. She has been an avid journaler since childhood, and her Traveler's Notebook bullet journal is her planner, brain dump, and art journal. Laeticia loves traveling, and a favorite pastime of hers is creating travel journal spreads after her trips. She also loves letter writing and happy mail making. She collects teapots, fountain pens, and traveler's notebooks. I've linked Laeticia's Instagram, Belle Michou, in the description box down below, so again, you know the drill. Go check out her work, follow her, like and comment on her photos, support her. Her stuff is so cool. Here I have my mid-year review spread, which I made a whole video about. I'll link that for you as well. And then this spread here, the self-care bingo spread, is a spread I actually made as part of a blog post for Archer and Olive, so I can link that down below as well. And I made this spread in keeping with my final theme of this bullet journal, which was for August. And because August was my birthday month, I went with a specific to me theme, which was a Leo theme, since that's my astrological sign. I loved the combination of the deep, deep blue and the gold. Just such a nice color combination. A number of you expressed interest in me creating astrology prints based off of this cover page for August, but for every single sign. So that is something that's in the works. I am planning on having both digital and physical prints. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to go check out my website. It's linked down below, plantbasedbride.com, and sign up for the newsletter because I'll send out an email once those are available. And here we are coming to the very end of the notebook, my paint and pen test pages from my full review of this notebook. Again, I will link that for you if you want to learn more. I also added some more little tests on the back of this page as I got new supplies. And on the very back of this notebook, this is my post-it graveyard. I apparently have a problem with post-its. This is just an extra way for me to stay on task if I'm having a day where my brain is just not willing to cooperate. And apparently the back of my notebook is where these post-its go to die. And with that, that is my entire bullet journal, the full flip through of this bullet journal that I used from January 2020 through to the end of August 2020. This has been quite a journey. I've had so much fun with all of these themes and really feel like I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone a lot with the way that I've challenged myself artistically this year, trying new things, and I've really enjoyed incorporating gold through this whole bullet journal and continuing with it in my new bullet journal. And the last creator I'm excited to share with you is Carla of The Creative Ms. Diaz on Instagram. Carla is Portuguese, living in Germany for almost 8 years with her 2 children, a dog, a cat, and her fiance. She speaks 3 languages fluently: Portuguese, English, and German. Carla started learning calligraphy in February of 2020 and loves to embrace mistakes and reality on her Instagram, hoping that people will realize that all of the whimsical beauty that goes into a post takes hours of work and that we as artists will never know perfection. And that's a message I really try to get across in my videos as well. So be sure to go check out Carla's page and give her some love from us, from our awesome community. She is such a sweet person and she has calligraphy goals. So thank you for joining me for this video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope it was a reminder for all of you that your bullet journal doesn't have to be perfect. Spills happen, messy spreads happen, not having time to make a spread beautiful or fit with your theme happens, blank pages happen, all of those things happen. They are totally normal and totally okay. I want to take a moment to thank my patrons for their support. Extra special thanks to our newest patrons, Joy, Darlene, and Lejeune. Welcome to the squad. We are so excited to have you. If you at home want to join the squad, feel free. There's a link in the card and in the description box down below. When you join as a patron, you have access to all of our past rewards, including printables from every month. So check that out if that's something you're interested in. Don't forget you can get 10% off your Archer and Olive purchase if you use my code PBB10. The link is in the description box down below. And with that, I'm gonna get going. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to check out the incredible creators I shared in this video. They deserve your love and support. And I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye, friends.